Okay, I'm more of a trust but validate kind of guy. I have two PT9A Pluses from Mobile Solutions. I have my harness plugged in. I have what they're telling me is supposed to be correct, and now we're gonna test. First up is my white. This should be the driver's front mid bass. It's making a popping noise. Let's head over and find out. This should light up green, green, just greens. The audio track that we play will light up green, green, red. Let's see what this one is doing. Well, that's good news. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Now I just have to do it to the rest of the speakers. Next up is gray, gray, black. Gray, black works, and this is where it jumps the track because now we're going to go to the greens. This is our driver's dash speaker. Good news. Now we have purple. That one does what we want it to do. There's a red set and a blue set. These are gonna be subwoofer, which we are not retaining those wires. There's a brown set on here, but there's no wires on the other side of it. There's a funky green set that has a light green and a dark green. There's no wires on the other side of that. And then there's a white with blue, white, red, and there's no wires on the other side of that. So outside of the wires that we just tested, that's it. I'm gonna tie these in a knot because I'm gonna remove those. On the power harness over here, there's an orange set that isn't connected to anything either. And there's no wiring on the other side of it in the harness. So I've just tied all those together, which I can now strip the harness of all of these nightmarish wires. This also validates that unfortunately the rears, as this says, are behind the radio. I've looked around to try to find a place to tap into them a little bit more convenient. There isn't one. The wires run across the top here and come down. It looks like the A-pillars more than likely. It's not worth it, and it's really not that hard to get behind the radio. The plan will be we'll just run speed wire now, because that's an 8 conductor wire. We need 2 sets of wires for the tweeters. We need 2 sets of wires for the rear. We'll just run that wire up, make it long enough to where it will reach behind the radio. We'll strip it. We'll get our wiring for the kicks in the kicks, and then we'll continue the wire up into the dash. We have a plan. That's good. Let's remove these wires. One of the other things I did this harness before I went over and just did that test was I removed all the tape off of the harness. I'm gonna retape it anyways. To remove the wires, use this, which is a pin extraction tool. This was a Delphi pin extraction tool that we have over on DNF Tool Drawer, which is a place you can go to find most of the tools that we use. It's a simple enough task to do on this, and that is just push it into the release hole, pull the wire out, and then repeat the process on all the other ones. There's 2 T30 screws that hold this handle in. Back those out and remove the handle. There is a piece of the dash that goes all the way across here that needs to be removed. There's 2 clips located here at the back side of it, and there's just snaps here across the front. It's easy just to bring the front piece down like we did there, and then you just kind of pull forward on it to get the plastic clips out. Don't get me wrong, these things are in there. They're not just gonna give up, you know, without a fight, that is for sure. As you can see though, they will come out, and there is that little green clip right here, and there's one on the other side. And as expected, this one flew off and went into the dash and disappeared. However, we keep a whole stock of them because that's what these cars are made out of now, and they don't hang out. They like to just go ping. Up underneath this area right here are 2 big plugs. One of them is the plug that is going to be this. This is where the radio, it actually hangs out the dash and hangs down. Looking from the bottom up, you can see there's a gray plug and a black plug. The black plug is the one you want. Right here at the front is a clip. Push that in, and you kind of have to do this contortionist thing when you push this in and pull it at the same time, and it will pop out. When doing it the first time, it's kind of a struggle. Just take your time, go slow, and you'll eventually become better at it. There we have it. Move it out of the way so that you can plug in your new one. Kind of put it at an angle. Make sure you hear the clip when you put it in. Now pull the other side back down. This is very similar to what you'd have to do if you have the non-BO system. It's the same plug. And there's plenty of room up in here to tuck it back in the dash. We do have to bring these two speaker wires over and attach them to this. We have quick disconnects that are already put on our harness. All I have to do is add on the opposite ends of these into here, plug it back in, and put it back together in the reverse order, and then we can get the glove box put in, and I can get the running board on this side put in, because I'm officially done with the front work here. We're really close now. We're getting ready to put the subwoofer on the back door, but we have to run the wire through the factory sleeving. There's a clip right here that is removed, and a second one here. This one gets entirely removed. Save it, it will get taped back on. That's all that's holding it from the factory is tape. When you go to pull off, this is interior style Tessa tape, the fuzzy stuff, but then it also has some regular style, like really super sticky 3M tape on here. The problem is that this is going to want to slide around. When you take the tape off of this end, the whole thing is just going to move freely. You need to know where it goes back into place. The trick we do, I just take my electrical tape, just wrap it around twice like this, and what that'll do is that'll mark where this needs to be put back together. So you can move on and take the tape off of this end. Now most of this tape you can just peel off, however the sticky black 3M style tape, that needs to be cut off. The fuzzy stuff should just peel right off. With that, you can see how this is gonna slide around. It does make getting the wire through super easy. If you look at these wires, there is no tape on any of these. These are all free roaming wires through here. That means don't tape up the wire you're gonna run through it. Leave it free roaming. That way it'll move through the sleeve and won't get bunched up. Pull it through. And then on this end, leave enough hanging out to where you can attach it to your subwoofer enclosure. Make sure that they're equal. And now that we know where this mark is, we can add in our 3M style tape, and we'll just rebuild this harness the same way it was from the factory. That'll leave those technicians that work at the dealership just going, how did they do this? When doing the fuzzy tape, start from this clip here and move your way towards the braiding. That way, if you do need to pull it all back apart, you know right where your ends are at to get to it. And do the same on this end. Put the one clip in that you didn't detach and line the other clip up, and it was being held on with the same tape. Line it up with where it's going to go. Tape the clip back on. That's back to factory. Now on this side over here, this zip tie, we just trimmed the zip tie off and we left the mount in place. And the reason we did that is we're going to add our zip tie to it. Make sure the door is open all the way so that you don't have to worry about this overstretching or anything. Cut the zip tie off. And now you've remade this. This leftover wiring right here, we are going to pull our little tape piece off that we had put on it. And this is gonna get zip tied and taped down to here. And then on this end, we're gonna put in a connector so that if this door ever needs to come off or be serviced, it has this connector here from the factory that just unclips. We'll have our connector right next to it so they can easily remove the whole door if they need to. To install this box on the back, there's these little clips right here that go into their holes here on the door. They're not really long. Getting this whole thing to attach the way it's supposed to is not too fun. Plus these are screw down style speaker clips on here instead of push down, which kind of sucks. You gotta sit here and twist them and hope that they're tight. I feel a push style would be way better. Or just a plug. Plug would be cool. The customer has already put in, there's 4 nutserts that need to go in this that he's already installed. All we have to do is add the screws back in now that we've added in our wiring. Alright, fantastic. This guy is screwed into place. Our wiring is in. Next step is obviously getting our woofer installed. When screwing into something that has rhino liner, make sure to pre-drill the holes before you put them in. Don't just like, yeah. I mean, if you're using drywall screws, I'm pretty sure, yeah, but we don't use drywall screws. The last step for that is this grill here. JL makes it pretty simple. It just snug fits in and just kind of work your way around it until it snaps into place. And there we have it. Fernando's over here finishing up the wiring for this. You already added in the connector coming out of the amplifier. And even though it just simply unplugs from the amplifier, we don't want a technician that has never seen something like this before to have to go through the heartache of trying to figure it out. So it'll just sit here like this and be super simple.